हाँ स्टार्ट।
Welcome to DRTSPR show. This is Dr. Tangella Shiva Prasad Reddy alias DRTSPR. Namaste, Adab, hello, and a warm welcome to BV Subbarao garu Gurutulyulu. Yesterday also I told you the pain he took to visit Jammu and Kashmir. Many were asking, sir, even you show the shows in photos and videos on Jammu and Kashmir because there also landslides are happening, floods are happening. I said definitely we will concentrate, but we wanted to first make people to understand Ladakh, Leh, and Kargil, what they are, so that once people understand, then it becomes easy. So now Supreme Court asking for the reply from the government. We are not going to get into that because an important show today, Baghdad, Stampedes, Tokkiselaatalu. We have segregated religious Kumbh Mela and Pushkaralu in Andhra Pradesh, Tirumala, Tirupati. Those stampedes are Baghdad, and also in Andhra Pradesh another temple stampede also happened. These are religious activities, so we are trying to segregate. We want to seek an opinion from RSS and all those Hindu organizations, including the temple committees and endowment departments across Andhra Pradesh as well as Uttar Pradesh, what they have done regarding to Kumbh Mela. Then we will come back. But here an interesting aspect, when people gather in belief, religious belief is some. Now Babas, Hathras, 2024. Who is he? धूल छूने के लिए गए, भगदड़ में मर गए लोग. 100 से ज्यादा लोग मर गए. More than 100 have died. Supreme Court just passes comment, states UP High Court is competent enough. But had they taken any measures after Hathras, my dear Supreme Court justices, do you think Kumbh Mela tragedy, Stampede tragedy would have happened? Delhi railway station tragedy would have happened, and more so recently, actor Vijay from Tamil Nadu, he is coming up with a party, TVK party meetings every districts, every weekend. In Karur, again this same stampede happens, hero worship and politics here. There, in Hathras, Baba and Bhakt, they are not Bhakt, blind faith Babas, because it is not scientific. So the blind faith of Hathras, 100 killed, and more than 30 killed in Karur, Chennai, recently. So, if Supreme Court has been active, directly I'm addressing it to Supreme Court Chief Justices, all justices. Had you been active, had you been putting pressure on the high courts of every state, because personal liberty comes with the high courts, my right to life, why high courts could not influence that committee report should be made as mandatory necessary for any political meeting, including prime ministers? How he is going around, Amit Shah, prime minister, you have seen. Why they could not influence it? Precious lives, 130. Are they not human beings? Are they not Indians? My dear courts and my dear police and my dear political parties, prime minister to chief ministers, what is this nonsense? How blame game goes on. One party in power tries to blame the other. But the precious lives have to be lost. Is it not the responsibility of the government of the day to rescue them? And so many tragedies happening. कितने भगदड़ हो रहे हैं. हथरस से लेके आज लेटेस्ट करूर, मद्रास, तमिलनाडु में कीमती लोगों की जान गई. कोर्ट्स क्या कर रहे हैं और वहां के सरकार क्या कर रहे हैं? अगर सही तरीके से हथरस के ऊपर, उनके ऊपर कानूनी के तौर पर कार्रवाई हुई और हथरस के बाद में वो जो भी नियम लगाए, अगर वो लागू हुए, क्या कुंभ मेला में, दिल्ली रेलवे स्टेशन में और तिरुमला में और आज करूर तमिलनाडु में इस तरह की भगदड़ में कीमती जाने जाती है क्या? फिर कोर्ट्स तो जवाब देना ही पड़ेगा. वो नियम लागू क्यों नहीं हो रहा? और सरकार जब इस तरह की भीड़ आती है, कोई सिनेमा स्टार को देखने के लिए, जब वो राजनीति करता है, जिस तरह विजय के हर हफ्ते वहां पर भीड़ आ रही थी, और उसी तरह हथरस बाबा के लिए पुलिस क्या कर रही थी, सरकार क्या कर रही थी? वो कीमती जान और जो गए, क्या ये सरकारें या न्यायालय वापस ला सकते हैं क्या? सोचिए आप। इसीलिए हम ये शो कर रहे हैं, आप राजनीति करना बंद करो। हर एक नागरिक, भारत नागरिक का जिंदगी जो है वो महत्व है। अगर आप जिंदगियों को बचा नहीं सकते तो सरकार क्यों, ये न्याय व्यवस्था ही क्यों? ప్రభుత్వాలు హత్రాస్ లో జరిగినటువంటి తొక్కిసలాట ఆ రోజు సరి అయిన చర్యలు తీసుకుని ఉంటే, అక్కడ ఆ జరిగిన తర్వాత నియమ నిబంధనలు ఏవైతే ఉన్నాయో అవి పాటించింటే కుంభమేళ కానీ, ఢిల్లీ రైల్వే స్టేషన్ కానీ, తిరుమలలో కానీ, ఈరోజు కరూర్ తమిళనాడులో ఈ తొక్కిసలాటలు అక్కడ 100 మంది, హత్రాస్లో అయితే ఇక్కడ 30-40 మంది ఇక్కడ చనిపోయేవారా? ప్రజల జీవితానికి మూల్యం లేదా? ఏమిటి చేష్టలు? ఏం చేస్తున్నాయి ఈ ప్రభుత్వాలు? మరి న్యాయ వ్యవస్థలు ఎందుకు? మరి ప్రభుత్వాలు మన ప్రాణాలు రక్షించకపోతే వాడు ప్రజాసేవకుడు, ప్రధానమంత్రి అయినా ముఖ్యమంత్రి అయినా, న్యాయ వ్యవస్థ అయినా వాళ్ళు ప్రజాసేవకులే. కానీ వీళ్ళు, మనం రాజ్యాంగం, మన ప్రాణాలు రక్షించకపోతే మరి ఎందుకు ఈ సర్కార్లు, ఈ న్యాయ వ్యవస్థలు? అది మన చర్చ ఈరోజు. సో ముందు నేను అత్రాస్ వీడియోలు చూపించమంటారా సార్? ఈ 2 వీడియోలు చూపించిన తర్వాత చర్చలకు పోదాం. ముందు మాటగా ఏదైనా చెప్తారా? ఒక మాట.
లేదా మీరు చెప్పండి, చూపించండి.
ఇక్కడ గురువు గారికి మంచి ఆలోచన వచ్చింది. శివప్రసాద్, ఇక్కడ జీవితాలు ఏంది పనంగా, వాళ్ళు చనిపోతుంటే వాళ్ళ కుటుంబాల పరిస్థితి ఏంది? వాడు సంపాదిస్తుంటాడు, ही विल बी ए ब्रेड अर्नर, व्हाट विल बी द फेट ऑफ दोस फैमिलीज? वही कमाते रहता, अगर ये लोग मर गए उनके वो परिवार का क्या होगा? राजनीति करते खत्म। उत्तर प्रदेश क्यों काम है? अगर आप सही तरीके से लागू करते, क्या कुंभ मेला में उस तरह की व्यवस्था होती? कितने लोग मर गए, क्या तमाशा है ये? देखिए कहां पर मीटिंग हो रही है, सरकार सो रही है क्या? और वो कोई भगवान है? भाई हिंदू हूं, भाई हिंदू धर्म मैं ये करता हूं। बाबास की व्यवस्था क्या है? जुलाई 2 की हादसा 2026, जुलाई 2 2024, जुलाई 2 2024।
अलीगढ़ में कल जो जनपद हाथरस में हादसा हुआ, वहां से हमें 38 शव आए थे। उसमें से 36 की हमने सक्सेसफुली पहचान करवा ली है। पंचायतनामा की विधिक कार्रवाई पूरी करवा के हमने पोस्टमार्टम की कार्रवाई कंप्लीट करके उन 36 शवों को हमने ससम्मान उनके परिजनों के साथ उनके गंतव्य स्थान पे पहुंचा दिया है। सिर्फ और सिर्फ 2 शव अनआइडेंटिफाइड रह गए हैं, जिनकी हमने पहचान करवाने हेतु उनके फोटोज आसपास के सभी जनपदों को और पूरे प्रदेश में कंट्रोल रूम के माध्यम से जारी करवा दी। उनकी पहचान भी शीघ्र करवा दी।
हम नारायण शाकर हरि जानते हैं, हमें 20 साल हो गए, आज तक ऐसा कभी आस्था हुआ ही नहीं। परमात्मा तो चले गए थे, समापन हो गया था, 2-2:30 बजे हुआ था भैया। उसके बाद में एकदम सहरा की तरफ सब भागे थे। मेरी बेटी गई है अस्पताल में, मेरी बेटी सही आई है बिल्कुल। और तब मेरी बेटी ने फोन किया है कि मामा मैं अस्पताल में आ गई हूँ। तो का कहते जब तक मेरे भाई जी पहुंचे तब तक वो मेरी बेटी खत्म मिली है।
यूपी के हाथरस में जो भगदड़ हुई उसमें अनेक तो लोगों की दुखद मृत्यु होने की What measures he has taken? Has he taken Kumbh Mela and railway, Delhi railway incident? Not today, last Karur. What have happened? Prime Minister of India. I'll come back with other videos. Then we will see the quotes. What court has said.
Following the fatal Hathras stampede in July 2024, the Supreme Court of India dismissed a public interest litigation, PIL, that sought to form an expert panel to oversee the investigation, suggesting the High Court was better equipped to handle the matter. A judicial commission was formed and submitted a report to the UP government, attributing the tragedy to police negligence and event organizers, recommending strict enforcement of event permissions. The case is also proceeding in a district court, where hearings focus on accountability for the deaths. Supreme Court action. 1. Dismissal of PIL. The Supreme Court declined to entertain a PIL seeking an expert committee to investigate the stampede and monitor the probe, according to The Hindu and CNBC TV 18. 2. Jurisdictional objection. The court stated that while the incident was disturbing, the High Court was the appropriate forum to handle the case, according to CNBC TV 18. And 3. Focus on High Court. The petitioner was directed to approach the Allahabad High Court for such matters, as reported by CNBC TV 18. Judicial Commission and State Action. 1. Commission's report. The Judicial Commission submitted a report to the Uttar Pradesh government, identifying police negligence and event organizers as key contributors to the disaster, notes a YouTube report. 2. Key recommendations. The report recommended stricter enforcement of event permissions and officials conducting personal inspections to improve safety protocols, according to this YouTube video. And 3. Police investigation. The Commission's findings aligned with an earlier SIT probe that had cleared the organizer, Bhole Baba, but the police have filed cases against the event's organizers and others for negligence and endangering lives, says a YouTube report. District Court action. Accountability focus. A district court is continuing proceedings in the case, with the focus on establishing accountability for the deaths, according to Hindustan Times. Ongoing hearings. Hearings are ongoing, with the next date for the court to focus on accountability set for October 9th.
Wow.
AI responses may include mistakes. For legal advice, consult a professional.
Now, court hearing focuses on accountability next date on October 9, 3 days ago. This is the latest. If had courts functioned, Hathras stampede case, court hearing focuses on accountability next date on 9. Hathras, see, this is how more than a year after 121 people, mostly women and children, lost their lives in a stampede during a religious congregation in Hathras. Proceedings in the case continued in a district court on Friday with focus on accountability for the deaths, a lawyer said. The court has fixed October 9th as the next date for cross-examination. The stampede occurred on July 2, 2024 during a satsang of self-styled godman Surajpal alias Narayan Shankar Hari Baba, also known as Bole Baba, near Mughalgadi and Fulraj villages under Sikandrao police station limits. Several people were also injured. People have named 11 people, including Bole Baba's aide and the event's main organizer, Dev Prakash Madhukar, in the charge sheet, holding them responsible for the mishap. All accused are currently out on bail. The 3,200-page charge sheet was submitted in the court and the trial and evidence recording process is underway. On Friday, the statement of a police inspector who was in charge of the local police station at the time of incident was completed. The statement of the then circle officer was also recorded via. See, sir, more than 1 year, still the case is going on. And don't you think this is also equally responsible? I'll come back to Vijay's also. You want me to show that also and then you want to discuss? Or separately, this is the
No,
latest.
if it is a short one, you go ahead and finish.
Now, I'll ask you, had the courts been engaged in making those who have arranged accountable immediately, when everything is there, why the courts are taking 1 year on such an important issue? And same Uttar Pradesh, now we have seen Kumbh Mela, Delhi railway station deaths. Don't you think had they initiated or action, these type of incidents would have not recurred? And at the same time, Supreme Court or High Court, strictly, they should have enforced those laws which contribute to the safety of the congregation and the place which they select and the amenities, facilities which they provide. Yes, sir.
Yes.
The delay in fixing the accountability and
See, fundamentally, there are glaring gaps, lapses. You see, one thing is the police is responsible for law and order. Accountability is not fixed in such public gatherings. And I'm wondering, last 2011 to 2025, we are keeping on hearing these stampedes. Sabrimala, there happened in the year 2011. And 2016, Puttingal Temple at Kollam, firecrackers were celebrated and 111 people died.
yeah.
And above all, which surprised me is Cochin University Science and Technology one, where 4 young people died at the auditorium entrance, and capacity was only for 1,000, and it was flooded 4 times. A singer was visiting the university. The mindset of illiterates, literates, and all, it looks the same across the country. It is very unfortunate. You see, whether it is Hathras or a public gathering for, a celebrity like, Vijay, and we also had such a tragic incident in Hyderabad. Pushpa 2 was released.
Yeah.
Who are, if they are, what are they showing the strength that, so many people are behind them? And the basic thing is the carrying capacity of these sites never analyzed. How many people you can manage in what is the time, what is the mobility, no one has any. NDMA came with some guidelines and, I do not know to what extent. NIDM, and I think it is 2014 or 2015, Godavari Pushkara
Yeah.
at Rajahmundry. Suddenly somebody said that CM is visiting, everybody rushed there. Unless we come out of this hero worship and a mad emotional attachments to these things, it will be very difficult. We need to look into this and infrastructure, particularly in the temple and religious places. No one is assessing the infrastructure capacity for the crowds that are gathering there. So we are just, इंशाअल्लाह, भगवान के नाम पे जिंदगी चल रहा है और कुछ नहीं. Nobody is bound.
Nobody is
And now elections are coming in this state. Okay, whether it is a by-election or local governing body elections, mobilizing the people like cattle. We have many people.
I know.
We have many.
Same set of people for
We have many outsourcing agencies. They
right.
said, we need not mobilize anybody. We will mobilize votes for you.
Yeah.
All kinds of work. So leaders, the political leaders are heroes. Today, they do not have any direct contact with local people.
Yeah.
They are only managing virtual things. And the middlemen are managing all these things. It's a very tragic thing. And all these things, whether it is a religious gathering or a hero worship gathering or a political gathering, it is the women and children who are the victims.
Yeah.
We do not have any specific guidelines that they should create some kind of a barricades so that women and children are protected.
Yeah.
What nonsense is this? We do not know. Everything cannot be managed with lathi.
Yeah.
Control and command is gone. We need to have the management practices, scientific management practices of this. And today, the Karur incident is taking all kinds of,
I'll show that, sir. I'll show that.
Please.
Yeah, we'll discuss. I'll just try to show you that Karur wala so that.
A week after the deadly Karur stampede, the Madras High Court on Friday, 3rd October, constituted a special investigation team set to probe the incident, which resulted in 41 deaths. Justice and Senthil Kumar also came down strongly on actor politician Vijay and the leadership of his party, Tamilga Vetri Kazgam TVK, stating that they had shown no remorse. As a human being, I condole the deaths. As a judge, it is agonizing to witness so many lives lost, Justice Senthil Kumar said. What action have you taken? You allowed this to happen, and now say only to have been arrested. Who is responsible? The leader, Vijay, disappeared, vanished, and there was no one left to help the people. The remark struck at the heart of both Vijay's handling of the tragedy and the Tamil Nadu government's cautious response. While the state has so far named local district secretaries in police cases and avoided taking action against the superstar directly, the court questioned that restraint head-on. What prevents you from taking further action pursuant to registration of FIR on Karur stampede? The judge asked State Public Prosecutor Hassan Mohammad Jinnah. Calling the deaths a huge man-made disaster, he said, the court cannot close its eyes. The court cannot be a mute spectator. The court cannot shirk its responsibilities. The entire world has witnessed the sequences and consequences of the event. The court zeroed in on visuals widely shared since Saturday. Motorbikes colliding near Vijay's convoy, fans being pushed aside to make way for his bus, and chaos as ambulances struggled to enter. There are videos showing two-wheelers caught under TVK's campaign bus. The driver saw it, yet did not stop. Is this not a case of hit and run? Why was no such case registered? Justice Senthil Kumar asked. It appears the state is showing leniency toward the organizers of the event. The judge pressed harder. Does this mean you should not be more cautious and vigilant in assessing the crowd? The court repeatedly pointed to TVK's absence at the moment of crisis. What kind of party is this? Everybody in the party fled from the place, Justice Senthil Kumar said. the party leaders have abandoned the scene of the occurrence. The court highly condemns such an act of the political party, especially when children and women have died. The party has not expressed even remorse, and it shows the mental state of the leader. The tragic stampede occurred on 27 September at Vijay's TVK rally at Velusmepuram in Karur. The court cannot close its eyes nor remain a mute spectator or shirk its responsibility. Justice Senthil Kumar said while announcing the sit. Vijay, who left the scene after the stampede, took a defiant stand on Tuesday. In a video he released, he avoided an apology, offered condolences, and suggested that truth will come out soon, panning conspiracy theories spread online by his followers.
This is Madras High Court, but UP High Court and the UP local courts are very silent there. They're not trying to make them accountable. Bole Baba left alone is not there in the FIR. I'll come back to you, sir. How the courts also interpret, is this the reason why such type of incidents go scot-free? The other, this thing also.
What we are learning is that the Madras High Court has ordered a constitution of an SIT headed by IPS officer Asra Garg to probe the Karur stampede tragedy this roughly a week.
Here, the Madras High Court is very active. Then in Uttar Pradesh, Allahabad High Court is not active. They have left it to the local courts. That is what beats my intelligence as to how these courts are functioning. The High Courts and Supreme Court says it is a jurisdictional this thing, and Uttar Pradesh, Allahabad High Court can handle it. But innocents have died. Men, women, and children. At every place.
After the stampede took place, but what we can tell you is that the Madras High Court has now ordered an SIT to be formed to probe the stampede circumstances. Is this now going to eventually lead to an independent probe is going to be the other big question, because remember, that is what the opposition, particularly the NDA, has been demanding as it sent its delegation to inspect the stampede site.
Same NDA, Prime Minister Modi, BJP, why you have not sent anyone to Hathras? Why you have not sent anyone to Kumbh Mela? Why NDA BJP has not sent anyone to Delhi railway station tragedies? And then Tirumala, and then to Bengaluru, when cricket matches happened, how many have died?
And even interact with the district officials. But as of now, the Madras High Court has come up with its own order that is going to be the constitution of an SIT, which will be headed by the IPS officer Asra Garg. She will be probing into the Karur stampede tragedy. And remember, this is just the beginning of the investigation. Whether or not the opposition is going to now demand that this should be there should be an independent inquiry and take this all the way to the top court is something we'll have to wait and watch. But Purnima Murli brings us those breaking inputs. She joins me live on the broadcast. So Purnima, what are those aspects that the SIT will now be studying, and what is the sense you're getting in from the opposition? Will they now be requesting for an independent inquiry to be...
the channels, opposition. Here opposition. Opposition here is NDA BJP. But when it comes to Uttar Pradesh, Delhi railway station stampede, they will not speak. This is the main problem of the independent journalism. So that also I'll come back to you. And what they say is TV. Karur rush. There was another. Your one statement of Vijay. This also let me see. We are P team. BJP as opposition alleges actor Vijay is their B team. 41 people died and at least 60. Days after stampede at actor turned politicians rally in Tamil Nadu's Karur that killed 41 people, BJP leader Khushbu Sundar called it a planned and created incident. She also slammed Tamil Nadu Chief Minister M.K. Stalin and the ruling Dravida Munnetra Kazhagam DMK for not providing a proper space to Vijay to hold his rally. The entire people of Tamil Nadu believe that there was complete negligence, as has happened in Hathras, Kumbh Mela, Delhi railway station, Bengaluru, this thing, and everywhere. Negligence, police negligence, no safety measures adopted. But why there is no proper order or a rule to be employed by these governments across India after so many tragedies and so many precious lives are lost? The entire people of Tamil Nadu believe that there was complete negligence. It seems like it was a created calamity because DMK knew the kind of crowd Vijay was going to garner. Despite this, they did not give him a proper space to conduct the rally. MK Stalin is in a mute mood now and not answering questions. 41 people died. He should speak now. And then Vijay also says it is his public party, not a B team of BJP. So we'll stop it here. We have got 6 minutes time for the guest to respond to now. Sir, please.
No, I see. It only looks that our administration, particularly the police department, is not well trained in crowd and crisis management. And priority should be given to crowd and crisis communications. How you communicate at that particular, situation and bring down the crowd to a disciplined manner. This happened in my experience only at Vijayawada. That was sometime, I don't remember, 1988 or 89. Ranga case. The entire people came out onto the streets and burning public properties, and it was only one single SI. He controlled more than 5,000 people through his effective communications.
Wonderful, wonderful.
We need to learn many things from these people. And even in the universities, we do not have a subject called what is crisis communications. Recently, also, I came across this. So we need to grow professionally bigger. Otherwise, this high-density living, high-density crowd pulling will push us into major disasters. We should think very seriously. It is not a blame game, whether state government doing, central government, this party doing, that party doing, and preparing compensation checks and all. This is all a tamasha. We should be very serious in crowd management. Even the political parties have to train themselves in the crowd management if they want really the crowd and give them the backing. Thank you so much, Dr. Shivprasad.
Another question to you, sir, before we say bye. How is that only those innocents, whether it is Kumbh Mela, Delhi railway station, or Shabarimala incident, Karnataka Bengaluru cricket incident, or Hathras incident, now latest Karur incident, or Tirumala pilgrims, only innocents die? How is that VIPs are never feared dead in any of the stampedes? That means, is police concentrating only to save those VVIPs and not the ordinary? Who is the constitution? He is the superior, he or she?
You have a very right question. Through your channel, I request the government to publish a white paper on what is the ratio of the police manpower in crowd management. Is it 1:10,000, 1:1,000? We do not know. But whereas, as you rightly pointed out, the VVIP's management is, for one single VIP, you find 6 police officers. But whereas the recruitment in this department is very poor. We do not have trained volunteers like in Europe and USA. And we talk so much that, we are a global thing and we are pushing. But it's time for us to think very seriously on crowd management. It may also harm the democracy in the future. Okay? Thank you so much.
It may harm the democracy in the future. क्यों भाई वीवीआईपी जो भी हो या एक्टर विजय से लेके वहां पर कुंभ मेला में प्रधानमंत्री आती है, अमित शाह आते हैं और हथरास बोले बाबा वो चले जाते हैं और क्रिकेटर्स वहां पर भी देखे कर्नाटका में और भक्तजन हर जगह और मुख्यमंत्री जब जाते हैं उनको कुछ क्यों नहीं होता? क्योंकि पुलिस जो है हमारी सुरक्षा बल केवल इनको सुरक्षित रखने के लिए जो काम करते हैं, लेकिन पैसा जो है पब्लिक का है। जब तक ये पुलिस व्यवस्था हो या सरकारी व्यवस्था तब तक ये जान नहीं लेते। सर बोलिए प्लीज सर।
It's time that public should start rejecting, boycotting. Let us boycott the cricket for next 2 years. Let us see. Let us boycott the political rallies for the next 1 year. It must come in the minds of the people. And we should also think of, art of expressing your solidarity or art of protest.
No.
You see, the same thing can be misused, abused, like what happened in Ladakh.
Right. Same
So
way.
we need to have some certain scientific, systematic analysis and approaches in crowd management. Thank you, sir.
Ladakh above the abdomen, police fire and army veterans killed. And in Stampedes, whether it is Hathras or Karur, innocents are being killed. So the negligence of the law and order machinery is very clearly evident, and people